The New York Rangers postseason got off to a great start at the Garden as the Blue Shirts dropped the Capitals 4-1 in Game 1 of their best-of-7 first-round series. So let's talk some Rangers playoff hockey. We're going to do it with New York Post Rangers beat writer, the great Molly Walker, joins me now from the Garden. Molly, how are you doing?
Pretty good. What a wild and fun Game 1.
Yeah, it was a fun game run with an offensive explosion in the second period, and we're going to get to that right now, Molly, because this was a game that saw a scoreless first period, and then there were 4 goals in the second period. The Blue Shirts scored 3 goals in 2 minutes and 6 seconds in that period. What went right for the Rangers to break out offensively in the second?
Well, I think it all starts and ends with Matt Rempe. It was pretty quiet inside the Garden for that first period, but a lot of that had to do with the way that the game was being officiated. It just was really difficult for any sort of momentum or flow to the game to develop. And then Matt Rempe scores early on in the second period there, and it just pumped so much life into the arena, and everybody just jumped out of their seats, as you can imagine. And that really jump-started the Rangers and led to such a dominant second period and ultimately what won them the game.
And you know this, Molly, anytime you have something like that can happen, you get the crowd in. A first playoff game at home really gets them pumped up, and Rempe does just that. And got to talk about Matt Rempe because he had himself quite the playoff debut, scoring the first of the Rangers' 3 second-period goals, his first career playoff goal. What do you make of his development and ability to produce on the big stage in front of the Garden crowd?
Yeah, I think it's huge for the Rangers, and I think it's huge for Rempe as well. I think there was a lot of talk around the league and just Ranger fans in general that weren't sure if Rempe should even be in the playoff lineup. And I think that goal and the way that he played in this game really just said that he belongs and that he should be in this lineup and that he can make an impact on this Rangers team. And that's something that he's done in the regular season every time he's been in and been able to play a full game at least. But he's just had that effect on the Rangers, and what a cult hero he has become for Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, he absolutely has. The fans love him, and he seems to make an impact every time he's on the ice. Now, Alex Ovechkin, we know the impact he's had in this league. He had no shots on goal in Game 1. What did the Rangers do to bottle up the Capital star?
I think that they were pretty tight defensively in general, and there wasn't, in the first period at least, there wasn't a lot of 5-on-5 play. It was a lot of different situations, but the Rangers were pretty tight, and a lot of them, a lot of it was offensively driven for them. It was a pretty lopsided game, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was. The Rangers dominated in this one for the 4-1 victory. And with that victory, Molly, strong start to the playoffs for the Rangers. But you know this, there's always adjustments to be made from game to game in a series. What adjustments do you expect the Caps to make? And also, what adjustments should the Blue Shirts make in Game 2 coming up on Tuesday night?
I think that the physicality in this one will definitely play a factor and will certainly carry over. It kind of took a little while tonight to start getting as physical as it was, but I think that both teams are going to make their own respective adjustments and come back and try to play a better game than the next. But the key for the Rangers is going to be taking care of business as soon as humanly possible. 4 or 5 games should absolutely be obtainable for this Rangers team.
Yeah, it should be. They want to take care of business, hopefully get a sweep, finish this off early. We'll see how that goes. Game 2 on Tuesday night at the Garden. Molly Walker will have the coverage for you with the New York Post. Molly, appreciate the time, and we will talk to you very soon.
Thanks, Dexter.